Alright everyone, this is day 72 of my 15-gallon Nano Reef tank. I am going to tell you guys about my corals. I haven't done a commentary yet, so I'll be explaining how everything came about pretty much and tell you the history of my tank. Alright, so on day one, I started out with one rock, that rock right there, at the bottom. And I started out with, there's no corals at all. Alright, and there was just one rock in this one tank. If you go back to my very first video, days 1 through 64, you'll see it was just that rock alone. Now my tank actually didn't clear for about the first week. And in that week I started adding more rocks. Now all the rocks that I added come from established tanks. So the next rock I added was this one back here, these down here, and then I got this mushroom rock, and I got this spongia plate coral, and all of these came from established tanks. Now I got that rock there, and I got that one there, and so slowly but surely I started to have, a few rocks. A couple weeks in, I ended up buying this entire rock here. This is actually broke down into 3 pieces now. But what we have here, if I go through all my corals really quickly, these here are blue colony polyps. These are Kenya trees. And right now I only have my actinic lights on. These right here are actually taro trees. They're the same exact species as these here. They're slightly different from the Kenya trees right over here. Alright, so here we have yellow colony polyps. We have blue pulsing zinnias. You see them pulsing. Of course we have my fungia plate coral. And then we have a whole bunch of mushrooms right here. And then a whole bunch of paleys here. And some green zoas right next to it. So this rock actually came with all of the this rock came with a very small Kenya tree just like that one, and then I kept pulling the Kenya trees off and I put them into other rocks. I fragged them and put them on the other rocks, and that's how those came about. And this taro tree here, this thing, I mean, my first taro tree was huge, and I actually killed it on accident because I was trying to stuff it in a rock and it wasn't taking. But it had babies, and then these are what the babies became. So a little bit about my tank. Basically, in my first 40 days, I only did 2 water changes, and then after that, I started getting like, I had a green algae bloom, and I basically scraped all the algae out. Then from there, I started getting some red slime, but not much. I have not dosed my tank with calcium or magnesium. I've only fed my tank this stuff here. Just, regular Microverts from Petco. And when I started getting really bad red slime, I started dosing with Continuum Aquatics Bacter Clean-M. Alright. Now, today is actually the second day after 2 weeks of dosing with Bacter Clean-M, and it was working. It was working really well actually. But you see the red slime came back, and it's really because Christmas just passed, and after Christmas had passed, or when I had guests over here, I wanted to entertain them, so I overfed my tank pretty much. And so the red slime is back. So my bad. That was my fault. Now all these new rocks here, all these bright rocks, that's all dry rock from Marco Rocks. These rocks, basically, I figured out. I put my measurements, into like this system that calculates how many gallons your tank is, and then I realized that I have a 15-gallon tank, and all this time I thought I had a 10-gallon tank. So this tank was given to me. So I bought more rocks to fill more space, and now you can see it is filled. So I'm hoping that those dry rock become live rock soon, and then, you know, hopefully they'll start eating up all of the ammonia and all that, everything that becomes nitrates. So in my first few weeks, I had like a really, just a plain LED light that comes with like the freshwater tank of this version, or the freshwater version of this tank. It was a hood. And then a few weeks in, I upgraded to this here. I'm running two 10,000 bulbs, daylight bulbs, and I'm running two 420 actinic bulbs. Alright, now basically everything that I have in here, I have like, you know, I think 4 or 5 of the snails that crawl up onto the glass, and then I have 3 snails that go around in the sand, or maybe I have 5 of those. I think I have 5 of those. Can't really remember. I bought a bunch of snails. That was a couple weeks in, and then I have this blue damsel. I named him Otis, and then I also have the scarlet skunk shrimp back there. I named him Levi. So that's, you know, Levi and my snails are the only cleanup crew I have. I probably should go get way more. I was trying to take it slow as far as livestock and corals, especially because I've been getting a lot of red slime, and that's why I bought all these rocks as well, so that, you know, I can get the tank cycling properly before I add way more livestock. Right now I'm pretty satisfied with Otis and Levi. They're pretty entertaining, so I'm not going to add any more. I'm pretty sure I killed a bunch of snails when I added rock though, because I moved a bunch of sand around as well. So I'm probably going to go get more snails soon. And I'm probably going to get more corals, and probably closer to when I reach 6 months, or yeah, 6 months maybe. Or I might not. I might just let, you know, all of this pretty much do its thing. I really want these to spread, and I really want these especially to spread. I love these so much, these pulsing zinnias. Now this right here is a frag, and as you can see, it's trying to spread. It's trying to grow. It like has those 2 like bumps on it that's like coming out, but it never spreads off the plug. So I'm waiting, being patient for that. And then sooner or later, I'm hoping to cut all these paleys off of this rock so that the green zoas will just take over that rock. I actually did that frag there. I cut a paley, and then I attached it to this shell. Now I know that this isn't your typical reef. I have some shells that I got from vacation. I actually went on vacation in my first month of having this tank, and so that's why I didn't do, let me see, sorry. That's why I didn't do a water change at this shell here as well, and that's just a whole bunch of rubble sitting back there. But basically, I went on vacation pretty much in my first month of having this tank, because my birthday's on October 30th, and I started the tank on October 20th, and because of that, that's why I didn't do that many water changes in my first 40 days. I actually disappeared for a nice 7 to 10 days right when I first started the tank. But it actually served well when I got back. All of the salt film that was on the glass from starting the tank had actually gone away. I actually really love these polythoas too. I want those to spread, and they have a little bit. It all started on that plug there, and then it went on to some type of substrate that was growing out off of the plug, and now it's on that rock. But you see, I have a lot of red slime, so I'm trying to figure that out. I want to add a sump, but everyone keeps going against me on that. All of my friends who are kind of helping me out with this. This is my first tank, by the way. I am a newbie when it comes to reefing. This here, I know that's not traditional. This is, you know, typically for a freshwater tank, but my brother gave that to me for Christmas, so I put him in the tank, you know, and it's my tank, so I can do what I want. Anyway, I want to get a nano skimmer. I think that'd probably be most beneficial. And I want to get into dosing, but this is my first tank and I'm taking it slowly. I haven't done as much research as I should be doing, but hopefully, you know, things will start to get a lot better and a lot cleaner in here. Right now, what I'm running on the tank is this powerhead here. I think it's 110 gallons per hour, and then this one here is 165, or vice versa. That's a Marineland powerhead. And then I also have that one heater there, and then I have, this is actually a Fluval 20, believe it or not. See, Fluval 20. And that's all I have. That's all the filtration that's going on. So I want to add a sump / refugium, and I want to add a protein skimmer, but I'm limited when it comes to space, and I'm also limited when it comes to funds and knowledge. So I'm taking it slow because this is my first tank, you know? But yeah, day 72, that's all I got for you. Comment, subscribe, like, suggestions, anything. See you guys next time.